Hello, this is EV3 Trade Signal Ideas in association with Forex Fox. And this video is to let you know that you should never trade without this. What is it? It's a trading technique that works in tandem with trendline analysis, momentum indicators, Andrews pitchforks. In fact, it works in tandem with all of your favorite charting techniques to give you a much higher probability of success. When this indicator flashes the same trade signal as your other charting techniques, then you've got the odds stacked in your favor. Introducing the trigger flow index. Never trade on price alone again, as trading on both price and the trigger flow helps you to not trade blindly ever again. The Trigger Flow Index, or the TFI, is an EV3 Trade Signal Ideas proprietary indicator that is used to gauge the underlying net positioning in each market product that we look at, be that an individual product or a multi-product composite for use in cross-asset analysis. In our thinking, this is a far too often overlooked component that helps immeasurably in assessing market psychology. Positioning is a complementary analytical tool, and it never goes out of style. Today's example, we're going to be looking at a 5-minute bar chart of the FX pair U or US. So in this first chart, a regular 5-minute chart on U or US, and as you can see, there's a multitude of ways you can be looking at it. You can look at it just blindly and say, hey, we're making lower lows here and lower highs, so it looks bearish. Is that accurate? Well, of course, you're going to want to put analytical tools to it. Well, instead of putting the analytical tools that you deal just on price, let's look at the next chart with an overlay of the trigger flow index. So here, the blue line is a trigger flow index, or as I like to show short form, TFI, up against the price in yellow of the Euro US. As you can see here, a very nice fit up to this point here where just on the trigger flow index by itself, there's a bullish divergence. This, if you're just trading the trigger flow index by itself, would start to give you an indication that the underlying positioning looks a little bit more bullish than not. But given that this is a nice overlay technique, the TFI, the next chart is going to be showing this example with using simple trend line analysis between price and the trigger flow index. So as I highlight here, this blue trend line is for the TFI, and at arrow 1, it broke down through it. That's fine. It looks bearish. Is it? Yeah, it could be. But the whole idea of the complementary corroborative aspect of the trigger flow index is to look at the trend line on price. So at arrow number 2, this is where the yellow bar chart of the Euro-US broke down. So as I do a green check mark, this worked out perfectly because at points 1 and point 2, they're both showing bearish. And as you can see, we subsequently had a nice sell-off. In the second situation, and the last one we're going to look at here on this short video, is an example of where we didn't do anything. Might there be missed opportunities? Absolutely, all the time. But I'd rather have winning trades than a lot of choppy in and out trades that don't get you anywhere. So in this case, the blue trend line here, again, the trend line for the trigger flow index at arrow 3, broke up through its trend line again at point 3. But as we see here, originating the trend line approximately the same area as where we originated for the trigger flow index, we still haven't gone above it in price. So there's no corroborative aspect. So I've put a red X to highlight that there had been no trade on that. So winning trade on this previous one, but no trade on this one is a corroboration is not there. So again, to be patient on this whole situation is a key to it. There are many products that we can trade, and there's products, all of them we can use a trigger flow index on. So if there's not a trade in the Euro-US, there's most probably a trade elsewhere. So just wanted to say, this is a trading technique that you should never ever trade without. because it just adds the odds to your favor. Anyway, if you like this type of technique, you can get this on a daily basis in my chat room at forexbox.com, and you can sign up for a 7-day free trial at the link community.forexbox.com. Thanks, and have a nice day.